I'm Dave from Rpela, just showing you how to install the new V2 Rpela Pro. Inside the kit you get your main housing and adhesion for the electrodes, a application kit, the white sub-unit which you use when you're not using the main unit, the charge cable, USB charge cable. Please charge this while it's in the board, don't charge it out of the board, it just helps save the seals. This is the main unit which you charge, and it has to go in a certain way. I'll show you that in a minute. Once you get your board, you need to mark out exactly where it's going and prep the surface. So get it nice and central. Critical thing is making sure that it's just in front of your rear plug, and mark a line there once you've got that so you know where it's going to locate. Okay, once you've got that, mark a couple of points around it, and then using the first layer of sandpaper that you've got, sand inside those lines. Make sure you sand it really thoroughly. This is really critical to make sure it's adhered properly. If you want to check it sanded properly, just hit it with a hose. And if any water beads in that area, then it's not sanded enough and there's still wax on there. We don't want these to come off, so get yourself a nice clean cloth after. Wipe the area down, make sure it's nice and dry. No wax on the cloth, no wax on the board. Okay, once you've got it away in the right area, flip it over, remove the backing paper, and also make sure you remove the adhesive paper, the backing paper off the two electrodes. It's really important you get that off. Don't leave those on. Has an application paper on it or tape, which is really handy for helping to stick it down. If you've got someone else to help you, it's a good idea to get someone else to give you a hand to put it on, so you can stretch it out, get it nice and tight, make sure there's no wrinkles in it. Okay, once you've got those off, you've marked all your spots, flip it over, and carefully put it where you're just in front of that rear plug. That's super important. And then stretching it out, making sure it's still in the center of your board. Push it down, get any wrinkles out, and make sure it's nice and straight. Also, these are not advised to go in boards under 5'10". Okay, so once you've got that on, you can remove the backing paper. This is the application, sorry, not the backing paper, this is the application tape. Really easy to pull this stuff off. Again, just making sure you've got everything down, no air bubbles in there. Okay. That's all off, it's all ready to flip to the other side now. Once you flip it over, again, mark the area where it's going to go. It can go wherever you prefer. It can go on that angle near the tail, go behind your tail pad, it can go behind the fin plug or in front of the fin plug. Mark the position where this is going to go. I'm going to put it just behind the fin plug. These are really strong. We don't have any problems with them ripping off with leashes or anything. They go really strong. You can use an second option to actually anchor it with the fasteners we provide for it. Mark the area. Again, just lightly give it a sand with the sandpaper in that area. Wipe it all down. Peeling off the backing paper on the double-sided tape. Then push it into place nice and firm. You can set your tail pad right alongside it or in front of it. You can even cut the back of your tail pad off and just drop it in there. Any extra tape, just make sure you tuck underneath the housing. Okay, that's all good to go. So once you've got your housing in place, it's ready to install the main unit. The main unit has to go in. Important you put a little bit of olive oil or even lithium grease if you've got that, lithium spray grease. It has to go in on about a 45-degree angle, so push it in, lift up the band, push it in. It can only go in one way. You'll see the two brass connectors, they have to line up with the other connectors. Lift the other end up, hook it in, you'll feel it clip into place. Once you've got that in place, plug your charge cable in. This is a USB, it just goes into a standard USB-A, and plug that into your normal USB plug. A light will appear, a blue light will appear. This will run for around 3 hours to fully charge it up. And then once it's fully charged up, it's ready to go. Once it hits the water, you'll see a green light appear. This green light will flash once it gets down to the last 30 minutes. So you should get 2.5 hours of run time out of it. When you get in the water, make sure you are feeling a pulse from underneath the board. It's really important you feel that pulse. This is making sure you've got an electromagnetic field around the board. I'll do a quick secondary optional installation. This one here, you can use the wall plugs. They're two very small small anchors. They use a 6mm drill bit, and if you mark these holes, you'll actually see them in the bottom of the housing. You'll see two small holes. These are inserts that you mark for your, you've got two self-tappers that will go in there, and mark these out and drill them down with a 6mm drill bit by 12mm deep. And then you've got in the pack here, you have two anchors here. Now those little plugs go into the holes that you drill, and by using the epoxy putty, which is also in the kit, wet your fingers just with a bit of water and roll the putty in your fingers until it's nice and one colour. It's green and white, so just mash it around until it's one colour. And then once you're happy with that, once you're happy with that, roll it around, put it in the holes, and then push the little plugs in there, the small anchors. These anchors will take about 30 minutes to dry. Once they're dry, place the housing over the top and screw them in.